All right, a little food for thought here. So I'm going to sound very black-pilled, and this is just me really coming to grips with where we are in the year 2022. Um, I follow this guy, Jeff Childers, who does this thing called Coffee and COVID. You can go to coffeeandcovid.com if you want to read his daily, what I would consider rants combined with really great information. Jeff Childers is a warrior right now, and we need more warriors. He's kind of an optimist, and he's very sarcastic. Those are good traits, but I warn you that the information that he provides is very scary. I mean, on Saturday, he listed a whole group of people that had suddenly ceased to exist, who didn't have any other medical problems. They were here, and then they were gone. Now, some of you may think that, well, I don't have to worry because I didn't do the Walgreens thing. I didn't do the CVS thing. I have skipped the Little Emperor protocol. I do not live in Australia. I do not live in the UK. I do not live in Israel. I do not live in Iceland or any other place that maximized the profits for large pharmaceutical companies in the name of science, right? So you're not one of those people. And so you think you're okay. I'm starting to get very black-pilled on this, where I'm wondering if we're all doomed, because there is this theory that the people who did do this are essentially like seedlings. They're going out into the world and they're creating more plants, not the good kind, obviously. Maybe my analogy is flawed because a plant sounds like a good thing, right? Vegetation, whatever you want to call it. They go out into the world and they essentially seed the world with what the government has put in there, okay? And it's the government, it's the media, it's those who are running the entire world, who are saying, you know, we only need what, 500 million people. I got news for them. Frankenstein may say zero people, or a handful of people, depending on where this doesn't reach. I mean, it's a pretty big world, and maybe, you know, you're in Antarctica somewhere and you don't have contact with any of these seedlings out there. But for the most part, these people are everywhere. They're everywhere. And you know who they are by what they're wearing, right? Typically a cult, if you're a member of a cult, there's a certain article of clothing that you're supposed to wear. And these people like to wear stuff around their chin or their face, right? Sometimes they'll drop it down, make it into an earring or a chin strap, or they'll go, you know, full bandana on you or whatever it is. But you know who they are. Those people you really need to, I mean, because those people, they've taken every precaution and they continue to listen to the latest recommendations from the Centers of Death and Control, right? That's basically who they're listening to. They're getting their marching orders from. Now, my theory is a black-pilled theory, and it's scary because I think everybody really needs to get their spiritual house in order. And even if it's just precautionary, even if I'm overstating what is over the horizon, all I can tell you is that this doesn't seem to have an end point, meaning that the governments around the world are continuing their programs, even though in some places they're being sued, in other places they're being begged, they're being pleaded with to stop what they're doing, but they can't admit that this has been the greatest tragedy, the greatest horror, the worst thing in the world that could happen to humanity. This is it. We are living in it. We are living through it right now. And again, if you go to Childers' page and you look at what happened on Saturday with all these people who randomly just ceased to exist, you're going to think to yourself, okay, what's going on out there? Are all these people part of the program? Did they all buy in? Don't know. There's a good chance that they all did, but there's also the possibility that some of these people did not. And if that's the case, then whether you're in or you're out, you still could cease to exist in a short period of time. I mean, on a scale that we can't even imagine. Now, maybe we'll be okay. Maybe the people who abstained from this will be the ones that are carrying on the tradition. But the people who didn't, obviously, I would not want to be them. I wouldn't want to be thinking about what the future looks like. And maybe there are things that they can do to mitigate this. Maybe there's nothing they can do. I mean, the hope is that once, you realize that you've done this, that maybe you can turn it around. But there are some hardline medical experts out there that believe that once you've done this, you can't undo it. You can't unsee it. You can't undo it. It's the same theory. It's the same principle. So my little black-pilled video here is, I would get your house in order. And even if nothing is coming over the horizon for you, you're going to need the strength to deal with what's coming for everybody else. And it could be 1 month. It could be 1 year. It could be in 10 years. Either way, it's coming and it's accelerating. As fast as the technology is exponentially multiplying and making it almost impossible for certain people to keep up with, it's the same with this, because they've integrated the two things. They have brilliantly put this into a matrix that is going to continue to expand. And it's the ever increasing ripple effect that goes out and doesn't cease to go out. In fact, it comes back, it goes back out. The globe is only so big. I mean, if they could do this to the universe, they would do it to the entire universe. The point is, there are greedy people who believe that the earth obviously has a problem right now, and we are a surface nuisance, as George Carlin said, and we will be shaken off the face of the planet, and the earth will heal itself without us. But we're the ones doing this to ourselves. This was never supposed to happen. But for whatever reason, people gave up on trying to have a stake in their future. They gave up on trying to care for their brother or their sister. They gave up on that, and now we're all cynical. We don't trust one another. And as time unfolds, you're going to see more and more people taking this approach where they are just hanging out with their best friend or their family, and they don't want to have any superficial involvement with other people. It's just too risky. And especially considering that these people might all be responsible for making the people who didn't get involved in this, those people might make those other people cease to exist. And I would be one of those people. I would be one of those people. I don't have any worries when it comes to what I did or didn't do. I have worries that focus on the people that went and did this stuff. And for those of you who think I'm crazy or a conspiracy theorist, again, go read Coffee and COVID with Jeff Childers. He's got one for today. I will post the link to the one on Saturday. You can also read about what's happening over in Australia and in the UK. And there is one scientist I know out there that has predicted that the only way that this burns itself out is it has to kill the host. So if you know what I'm saying here, you have to really come to grips with the fact that this is possibly a manufactured worldwide catastrophe, even beyond biblical proportions, or to the worst biblical story you can imagine, whether it's the flood or the fire and brimstone or whatever it is, this is going to be very, very similar. So in any event, I hope I'm wrong. Seriously. I mean, do I want to be right about this? Nope. But I wanted to get it out there on record. And who knows if this will actually post and stay on YouTube, but going to give it a try. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to support the channel. Hey, you only have a certain amount of time left to support the channel. That's your motivation. So if you can give $1 a month, $2 a month, it's much appreciated over on Patreon. And until hopefully next time, I'll see you soon. Maybe.